Well, we're back then for the Women's Open Cup final. We will be joined by Chloe Broom as well. She's making her way up from pitch 2 from that other elite semi-final. So she's on her way up here now. It'd be great to get some of her insight. And a coin toss then between Shelford and Wild Dogs in this Women's Open Cup competition. Wild Dogs, they edged Fines Rugby now 22-19 in their semi-final. Shelford against Bonnie's Ballers with a 29-17 victory. It's Shelford in the dark blue. Wild Dog Impis in the purple. And we're underway here on pitch 1. Big initial carry coming in from Shelford. Putting the pressure on, and the ball works its way to Gisborne. And Gisborne in the scrum hat, checks and goes and darts over the line. Well, you can tell that they're the home favourites in this one, can't you? One of the biggest roars of the day here on pitch 1. And Charlotte Gisborne has wasted no time putting her side into the lead. Well, the try was majestic. The conversion, not quite the same level, but it's 5-0 to Shelford. And they get this one back underway. It's now gone through, so it looked like it was going to be playable for a second, but in the end, there was a Shelford foot on that ball. So the referee has called them back. And now Wild Dog Impis then with their first opportunity of the day. To look to launch an attack of their own. They've got a penalty here. Unfortunately, they haven't handed in their team sheet, so we'll just have to be calling numbers for the Wild Dogs. Chloe, I'll give you a second to get your breath back, because I appreciate you sprinting over here after your semi-final. The penalty goes against Wild Dogs, and Shelford come away with it again, looking to go from deep here and getting the ball wide to one of their speedsters, one of their key players, and she's pinning her ears back on Route 1. What a tackle coming in on that far side. Wonderful defence. It had to be wonderful defence, because otherwise Shelford were away for a second score. Chloe, hopefully you've got your breath back now. Just about. Thanks so much for running over. Open Cup final, 2 really good sides, and Shelford, the home side, have been putting on a show so far today. It's been really exciting watching the Open competition. Yeah, definitely. I caught the semi-final earlier, actually, the Shelford women against Okuma Beavers. Boom Beavers, sorry. And that was a really great game. Great tackles and real pace, actually, from the Shelford team. They have some real gas in there, so looking forward to seeing what both teams can do now in the final. Well, talking of real gas, there's some more coming in from Wild Dogs, and a vicious fend, but the offload goes forward. Shelford breathe a sigh of relief there. And you can hear there, that's exactly what this Shelford side wanted. Brilliant. You could hear the call going up, the defence, as they look to try and take this Women's Open Cup final. They won't be taking it far. They'll be taking it about 50 metres back into the clubhouse and putting it up with the rest of the trophies that are up in their wonderful club, Shelford. It's been a great atmosphere so far today. They're coming down the short side now, though. Duggan thought about the pass, got absolutely battered in contact, and then the turnover. So Wild Dogs looking to come back. Huge tackle coming in again. And they're fighting to get the ball away. It has gone backwards. And a knock-on in the contact. And then a little bit of afters. And a penalty coming the way of the Wild Dogs. They waste no time in taking it. Bursting up the field. Oh, penalty not rolling away. Say incredibly unlucky there. I thought she'd released. An opportunity now as Wild Dogs free the hands, get the ball out the back, power up to the 22. Looking to go wide now. Trying to pull themselves back into this one, and they're going to do that. Jet Hills on the outside, coming in under the sticks. And a conversion and an opportunity for Wild Dogs to hit the front. And Chloe, talk us through that one. Patient play, wonderful try.
Yeah, that's really good from the Wild Dogs, right from the turnover just on the side here, from a bit of hesitancy from Shelford. Really taking their opportunity, and great on 2 penalty occasions then to come away with the ball. Back-to-back penalties against Shelford, which I guess they'll be disappointed at, but great opportunity for Wild Dogs to come back into it, and they really took the opportunity out wide there.
Wonderful finish. They've added the extras as well, so they have hit the front. Ready to get back underway then. This one on a knife edge. 7 plays 5, and Shelford, after the fast start, now find themselves behind. Gisborne, the try scorer, looks to get it away. Messenger juggles it and is wrestled to ground. She's directly below us. You could see just that realisation in her face that the foot was just going to stretch over the whitewash. It was lost forward as well, so it's a scrum in a good attacking position here for Wild Dogs. Chloe, we were commentating on the first Elite Cup final, semi-final I should say, over on this pitch. Shogun putting an absolute clinic. 8 tries I think they ran in the end. You had an equally tough assignment over on pitch 2. Didn't quite go your way, but talk to us about this Liliana Amazon side, because they are so impressive.
Yeah, they're immense. I mean, just the way that they link up in play, the offloads. I mean, the rain was obviously pouring. Didn't impact them one bit. Throwing the offload, so much confidence in their play, and a super physical side. So we'll look forward to them against Shogun in the final. That'll be a great matchup.
Be a fantastic matchup. It'll be a great one to watch. Obviously one you would have wanted to be a part of as well. But there's a fair few players, let's say, that are experienced on the 7 circuit that are in their lineup. But what does it say about the growth of the Lit Super 7 series, how the game is growing at this club level, to have a side like that coming down, carving up? Shogun, we know what they can do. We know what you're like in that Boom Beavers outfit. So strong every single game that the strength in depth now is brilliant.
Yeah, it's great, and I think you see it in the results across the week. So obviously in Oxford, Shogun have come away with it in the final game, but below that, it's been hotly contested right across the board, and I think it shows how many teams are now up to that level rather than one team running away with it. We're actually getting some really good games out, like this one now actually.
And talking about running away with it, it's a wonderful solo break, and Wild Dogs, from the end of the earth, they have ended up striking again. It's a blistering, searing break down the left-hand side. A wonderful finish, and they've extended their advantage out in this final. Shelford are going to be so disappointed. They've played so well so far, but they find themselves now trailing by 12 points to 5. Conversion isn't successful though, so it's just that converted try, but what a time to score right at the break to extend that advantage. And clinical, I think, is the word that Hayden kept saying for the last hour or so that we've been up here in commentary, but it is that word again, clinical play.
Yeah, exactly, and Wild Dogs have done well then to concede early on and then come back to be winning at half-time. It just shows, I guess, the momentum swings in 7s that you can have a good start, but you've got to really ride out the entire game. So no, good job from the Wild Dogs there to come and be in a good spot at half-time.
They're in a great spot at half-time. And after this one, we'll be moving back into the men's elite competition here on pitch 1. What a quarter-final matchup that is. The British Army taking on Hong Kong China Dragons. And then after that, we'll be moving into the Women's Elite Cup final. Shogun taking on Lilian Amazons. That is going to be an absolute treat for you to watch at home. I'm looking forward to seeing how that one goes as well. And to be honest with you, I'm praying, touch wood, that the rain holds off for at least 40 minutes or so we get to see both of those teams in full flight. It's been a wonderful day so far. The third leg of the Lit Super 7 series. It's the second leg of the elite competition. And both of these teams then going through their key messages, all to play for at the break. And Chloe, you were talking about the depth that we've got now across the men's, across the women's. We were chatting with Chloe Langdale on the stream earlier about everyone knows what's happening at the elite international end of the game, but just seeing in the fact that Club Sevens is in such rude health at the moment is brilliant. And whilst there's those issues at the top, it's thriving at this level, and that's only going to keep growing.
Yeah, it's great to see, and to have such a great standard across the elite and open competition, particularly in the women's game, shows how much the game has grown over the past few years, and also how much investment is still going on at this level. As you said, at the higher end, it's obviously been a tough few weeks for them, but we hope that this can hopefully continue to grow with the buy-in that we have from all of the teams, all of the clubs, and all the sponsors around the game as well.
Very well said indeed, and a huge thank you to all of our sponsors and everybody here today. These events don't just happen overnight. There's a huge team behind the scenes with Lit Super Sevens, a huge team of volunteers, and then there's a huge team behind every single one of these Sevens teams as well, keeping the players fit, getting them through, well, not just 5 grueling games in a day, but 7 grueling legs of the series as well. And it's all the Sevens at the moment. There's 7 grueling minutes left here. And now the opportunity, Shelford with the break. It's Annie Worth. She's being chased down. Looks to get the ball away. The tackle had to be made. Slightly suspect on the floor, but play on the call. And now, here come Shelford again. Trying to free the hands. Gisborne picking it up. And she gets it wide now. And they go around the outside. We've not got a surname. It's Evie that goes in. But if she's scoring tries like that, I think first names will do. Wonderful try. It levels proceedings if they get the conversion. But Chloe, Shelford right back in it now. And we've got a brilliant final on our hands.
Yeah, what a try that is. Also amazing cover tackle to come back from Wild Dogs there. That was great. But great finish from Shelford, and to the composure as well after that first tackle to rebuild into the second phase. That's really good from Shelford. Great finish.
Wonderful finish. Tough conversion into the wind here as well. So this is to level it up. Tell you what, that's not a bad nudge at all, but it's just drifted to the right of the uprights. So Shelford trailing, but the gap is down to 2 points. And they've got the restart and an opportunity here to try and get possession back again. That one's hoofed down the field, pushing the pressure on. Huge fend coming in, wonderful offload. And Gisborne was there sort of helping push the attacker to ground. The ball's still gone backwards. But it's difficult conditions out there. There's some big tackles coming in. Worth with a huge one there. And an unbelievable turnover. Sammy Mason getting her hands on the ball, forcing the turnover, and now her side can come again. But then Gisborne, unfortunate there, unlucky. Perhaps a bit overexcited. And it's a let-off for Wild Dogs as they shuffle their pack and bring on a couple of new faces here. Chloe, let's get down in sort of like the minutiae of it. It's not just a 7-person effort, it's a big squad effort. How important is it, not just the impact the subs make, but the timing of those subs in terms of changing that momentum?
Yeah, it's really important. We touched on it earlier, the momentum swings that you get in sevens, and subs is a really key moment for that. Also puts a lot of pressure on the bench actually to come in and make that big impact and be all the fresh legs on the pitch. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting one of how the coaching team get that right and how the players come on, how they handle the first minute on the pitch.
Well, so far those changes seem to have done the job for Wild Dogs. They've got the penalty. There was a combination of cheers and cheers, I think, let's say, from the far side. Gisborne offside there as she looked to win possession back. That's an easy opportunity now for Wild Dogs to start working their way up the field. The offload comes in. And there was a knock-on in the tackle. Such fine margins here out on pitch one in this Women's Open Cup final. It's been so tight that you think another try here for Wild Dogs could stretch the game. But any score for Shelford will edge them back into the lead. That was a brutal carry coming through the middle there. And Wild Dogs are content to build the phases. Sure, it's great when a home team makes the final. There's a huge crowd over on that far side, braving the conditions. And the pressure coming on. The out-the-back offload is wonderful, though. As is the breakaway. Wild Dogs are going under the sticks. Taking their time, looking at the clock. And at the moment, they can just sit and wait. And it's taken a good 15 seconds or so for somebody to run back and put the pressure on from Shelford. That's a sucker punch there. The conversion, though, has been missed. So it's a 7-point game. Converted try means we play on. But it's all about sensing space, getting the ball out however you need to. It's a wonderful out-the-back pass. And sadly, we don't have the names in front of us for this Wild Dogs team. Otherwise, we'd given them a huge round of applause. But a wonderful individual breakaway.
Yeah, that's a great try, especially coming into the closing minutes of the game. Fatigue setting in. It's been a long day here, in the rain as well earlier on in the day. So to keep the composure there and to make that decision making, that's really great from the Wild Dogs team. But Shelford, they still have time to come back in it. So let's see what they can do in the last minute.
There is still time. Not much, but enough. But Shelford have got to try and score quickly, and they're looking to cut back against the grain. They're going to be under pressure here at the breakdown. Done very well to get themselves out of a really sticky spot there. It's tidied up and the hack through, and the chase is on. And Wild Dogs plucking that one off the turf, and now a foot race, a straight fight, and the breakaway for a try that could and probably will now seal the Women's Open Cup title for the Wild Dog Impis. That surely is that. It's heartbreak for Shelford. It's a clinical breakaway try. I really need to stop saying that word. Hayden's got it stuck in my head. But it's brilliant play and brilliant awareness from Wild Dogs.
The conversion goes over.
And there is still time as the conversion's added. But that should be that now, Chloe. And yeah, heartbreaking for Shelford, but it's all about taking your opportunities, and Wild Dogs have done that.
Yeah, Wild Dogs have been amazing in this second half. A couple of great tries, great decision making, and really making the most of their opportunities. I think Shelford will be disappointed in the second half, but they can take so much away from this final. It's been a great game.
Certainly has. It's been a wonderful game. There's been a wonderful crowd in the stand and on that far. Going to want to give the home crowd something to cheer about at the end, to have the final say, and they're going to try and do that by going from deep. Well, the weather has abated for the moment, and the DJ is cranking up the tunes again on the far side. And there is going to be a penalty coming the way of Shelford here. They're going to have to go from deep to make sure they have that final say in the game. And they tap and go. Looking to get the ball away and out wide. And they were looking up there, wondering whether there was enough opportunity on the outside. Cut back in. And Sammy Mason then is hauled to ground. The pressure is coming on. Gisborne, though, gets it away. And now Shelford. Oh! Unbelievable shot coming in midfield. Poor Molly Messenger there was pretty much cut in half. But her side is still going. But going too far, says the referee. They're penalised. And there'll be a stoppage with a player down on the field as well. They'll take all of the time they need for her. I think the call from the referee there was that we're into the final minute of the game. Had a few injuries today across the pitches here. Fortunately, most of them I think I've seen, if not walking about, at least going back to their gazebos, their tents, wherever they've pitched themselves and sitting down and taking on some fluid. So it's good to see that they've been back up on their feet, but time rightly being taken here. The referees and the assistant referee just having a little bit of a chat in the middle. So we'll have a slight delay before we get underway with the next fixture, which was due to kick off a minute or two ago. And whilst we're waiting for this injury then, Chloe, we've got that Women's Elite Cup final, I should say, coming up. Obviously, sadly, Boom Beaver's not in it. What's the plan now? Are you guys going to be sticking around? Are you going to be getting back in the cars and resting up for the next leg? What are the plans for the rest of the afternoon?
I'll definitely be watching that final. We've obviously come across both of them teams today, so it's going to be such a great matchup. I'm really excited to see what both the teams can do in that final. It's going to be a great game.
It really will. So Chloe's going to be sticking around for it. We hope you will be as well. For the moment, though, there can't be too much longer left in this one. You can see the Fijian Army, the British Army men's side, I should say, sorry, there. That's the Fijian Sappers tent. There's the confusion there. But they're warming up, getting ready to come straight onto the field. And in the end, Wild Dogs go. Enough is enough. They are the Women's Open Cup winners here in Shelford. As Chloe was saying, a wonderful second half performance, a brilliant turnaround, and deserved winners in the end after a great showing in the game, but a great showing across the day.
Yeah, they've been fantastic today, and it just goes to show in that final there, great competition. And good job from Shelford as well, putting on a good performance for at their home club, but great win for Wild Dogs. I'm sure they'll enjoy celebrating that one.